take a little bit different tack on my report. You've got the written report with the backup of the various things that I included. There's none of those that I feel like I need to spend a lot of time on. Unless you have questions, I'd be more than happy to address any questions that you've got with any of the items presented. Otherwise, I'll let my written report stand.
Okay, thank you, Wes. And item 9 is the hydrologist report, Mr. Aaron.
Hey, besides my written report, had a couple with well 2, we're still waiting to hear back from Lane Christensen specifically on the motor and its diagnosis. But the pump has been pulled apart and then looked at, and it's in pretty good condition. There's a few items that will have to be replaced to get that up and running again. But the biggest thing is, once it was pulled, they cambered the casing and the screen area, and there's been 3 holes found within that needs to be repaired, or there's some different alternatives we're looking at, or having assessments provided and see what the cost may come back to the district to get that well up and running again. And then another item, we've had well 31 in the last about a year. We've had some vibration issues with it, and we bought a piece of equipment to be able to monitor those vibrations on the motor itself and see if they're increasing, which is a sign if well 31 is a turbine shaft motor, so the motor is sitting on top of the ground as the shaft goes all the way down to the bowls of the pump assembly. And if anything that's out of alignment or calibration, it can send a vibration all up and down, which can tear things apart, just the vibration. So we've been monitoring that, but just this last couple of weeks, the gallons have started going down on well 31, and we actually shut it off this morning because it's dropped down 300 gallons in this last week or 2. And so well 31 is it's going to need to be pulled and looked at, and so
We're going to have to pull it, you said?
yeah, we've looked at everything above ground that it could be, and I mean with the gallons dropping, the only thing it can be is downhole. There's no from where we can read the meter and stuff. There's nothing that is showing water leaking out anywhere. The vibrations actually have reduced this month, where the gallons went down. So there's something amiss. When the gallons start decreasing, something's not right downhole. And also the amps are going down, and the water table is starting to come up, the pumping water level, just because there's less water being pumped. So that's something we'll have to bring back to works before you two what's going to have to happen there. But,
There's still some deals rolling around. I mean, last time we pulled up the pump, it was considerably less than we thought.
Yeah, we're hoping. And one thing with that, well 31 and well 33 are our 2 deeper set wells, and that's the ones that produce our most water. Well 33, once we rehab that, and we also reduced the set point at where the pumping assembly is. We put a suction line below, which put a lot less weight, and there's actually less things that can wear out and less weight. We can do the same on well 31. And we actually have pipe that we did use at 33 that can be used to put in, and ultimately we'll have a better. Again, when we last rehabbed that was in January of 2011, and at that time all we replaced was the pumping assembly, or I'm sorry, the pump and the bowl or the bowls. And so the shaft, I'm guessing this is just my estimation of what's going on there, is the bushings have wore out in that, and that's probably where the vibration's coming from, and that's just falling worse to the point where things probably came apart in the pumping assembly. That's why you're seeing less gallons. But if we can reduce the amount of shaft and bushings and whatnot, the next time that goes in there, and we'll put new bushings and probably old tubing. That's already addressed when we go out to bid on it. We'll put in the bid, replace everything, and then once it's pulled, we can assess actually what needs to be replaced. So that's probably one of the most pressing things. That's
if I might interrupt also on that, we don't know how much that's going to cost the district, but we do anticipate it's going to be somewhat significant, and it is not in this year's budget
We hadn't planned on pulling well 31.
Yeah.
So we have money budgeted for rehab work, but we're planning on doing it at another well.
at
so,
well number 1. So
right.
we may have to push well number 1 into another year, depending on how much everything is going to cost. So.
Okay. Just
And then, yeah, this last Friday I had the opportunity to go to a well design and well construction seminar in Pahrump, and that was, under the circumstances, actually was quite timely, considering.
Okay.
But anyways, it was good. So I think that's probably, besides what I have written, if there's any other questions.
Any question on the board? Okay, well, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Number 10 is the general manager's report.
Aaron talked about well number 2 and the problems we're having there. We have some problems with the booster pump that was rehabbed at treatment plant 27. This will be the 3rd time that we have the repair people coming out to see if they can get a final fix on this thing, and hopefully they'll get it done this next time. Should be mid-November when we get out here to get that done. It's just a small leak, so it's nothing significant at this point. Upcoming projects under the asphalt patching contract, which expires tomorrow. We're putting that out to bid tomorrow. Mary's going to send that out to 10 asphalt contractors, and we have a bid opening date set for November 26th on that. So we'll once we get those bids in, we'll bring that back to the board our first meeting in December to select who that contractor will be. And then Aaron has been working with a tank diving specialist to repair
The scenic
tank
flat top.
and flat top tanks and clean them. And they're supposed to be out here November 25th and 27th. And nothing new on the rate study at this point. Aaron and I attended a big shareholder meeting, special meeting, assessment meeting a week and a half ago. Due to some cost overruns on the diversion structure, they had a special meeting and voted to assess all the shareholders $52.35 per share to handle those cost overruns. We have 59 shares in VIC, so it's going to cost us $3,000.88 to cover our share of the cost for those cost overruns.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yeah.
You know, it's a legitimate cost of the big boys to let it go through, because they're tight.
Do those people that are leasing shares in Bunkerville, are they gonna pay that assessment, or is the district gonna pay that? That was part of the agreement. Just a question.
The agreement actually, any assessment said the water district would.
The water district pay them?
Can we go back?
Specifically from the irrigation companies, so the irrigation companies levy that, then the water district would.
Is that,
Anything else besides
BIC,
that?
is that BIC and MIC, or is it BIC?
That is correct.
The same contract. In the future, when we write contact, we may wanna revisit that.
In the past, it was stated as such, whoever's leasing it.
You know, in this case, it's a capital improvement, it might be, you know, where it's just you want to, are you done, Kevin, or you want to visit about the
No, I had a
town board meeting?
Yeah, I had that. Aaron received notice yesterday, I think it was, that the Bunkerville Town Board will have a special meeting to discuss the secondary water system that will have, similar to the presentation that we had at our meeting last time. They'll have a similar presentation and question and answer and discussion with the attendees at the meeting. That meeting is set for November 14th at 7 o'clock at the Bunkerville Town Hall.
And we're all invited, right?
Yes.
But we need to, we want to talk about the open meeting.
Yeah, and as a result of the open meeting law and to be able to allow all the board members to attend, Bunkerville will send out a notification that they're having a special meeting for the secondary irrigation system. We will also provide notice that the board members from the the district will be in the audience and make it so that we're not violating any open meeting law. So, Eric, is there anything you want to?
Can't say anything though, right?
If we
No,
post it, we can.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it will, I believe we'll post an agenda indicating that a quorum of the board may be present at that meeting in Bunkerville, and that will make it so it could potentially constitute a public meeting. The board members will be able to voice opinions and things as necessary at the meeting.
And I had one more thing that wasn't on here because it happened. On Saturday, John Williams, who's my neighbor, invited me after the parade to meet with Congressman Horsford to come up and express the district's concerns with the Gold Butte Conservation Area and make sure that our sources are protected, that we're going to be able to develop them and make sure that we don't have any conflicts with the conservation area. Congressman Horsford was very open and seemed to take the comments that I provided to him in a really good manner, and I said he'd have one of his staff members get with me so we could start working on crafting language to put in the legislation to protect our water rights and our access to our sources to be able to construct and convey water when we get to that point. So.
Our water rights are protected, aren't they?
Yeah, water rights, but, and the sources.
Yeah, it's just whether we can get to them or not, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. Any other board comments? We'll move to item 11, which is public comments. Is there anybody out there want to say anything? No? Then we'll move right on to item 12, which is the end of this deal.